One of the biggest fears I hear from families is this: if we give morphine, will it make my loved one die sooner? The answer surprises many people, and understanding it can bring tremendous peace during one of life's hardest moments. If you've ever worried that accepting morphine in hospice means giving up, or that it causes death, this video is for you. Let's separate myth from fact. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Medicine Path. I'm a registered nurse working in hospice care, where I have the privilege of caring for people during one of the most important chapters of life. Today, we're talking about one of the most misunderstood medications in all of healthcare. We're talking about morphine. Before we begin, I want to make something very clear. This video is for education only. Every person's medical situation is different, and medication should always be used exactly as prescribed by the healthcare team. Myth number 1, morphine causes death. This is the myth I hear most often. Families will say to me, if we start morphine, won't it make mom die faster? Or they'll say, I don't want to give dad morphine because I feel like I'm causing his death. Those fears are completely understandable. Morphine has a powerful reputation, and many people associate it with the final hours of life. But here's what's important to understand. Morphine is not prescribed in hospice to cause death. It is prescribed to relieve suffering. It is typically prescribed in small doses. When used as directed by the hospice team, morphine is intended to reduce pain and ease the feeling of breathlessness, allowing patients to be more comfortable. People often receive morphine because they are already approaching the end of life, not because morphine causes the dying process. Why morphine helps breathing? Many people think morphine is only for pain. In hospice, its most valuable use is in helping relieve the sensation of shortness of breath. Imagine feeling like you can't ever quite catch your breath. That feeling can be frightening. So morphine can reduce the sensation of air hunger, helping some patients feel calmer and breathe more comfortably. For many families, it's surprising to learn that comfort, not sedation, is the goal. So does morphine always make people sleep? This is another common myth that morphine automatically knocks people unconscious. The truth is more nuanced. Some people become sleepy, especially when starting a medication or when doses are adjusted. Others remain awake, alert, and able to have a meaningful conversation with their loved ones. The response varies from person to person. The hospice team carefully considers factors like symptoms, overall condition, and how the patient responds over time. So why families sometimes feel guilty? I've sat beside families who've held the medication in their hands and whispered, I just can't do it. They are afraid they'll hurt the person that they love. If you've ever felt that way, you are not alone. It is increasingly difficult to watch someone suffer, and it is equally difficult to make decisions about medications you've heard frightening things about. As hospice nurses, one of our responsibilities is to educate families, answer questions honestly, and to help them understand why education is being recommended in the first place. There is no shame in asking any question. Comfort care is not giving up. This is another misconception. Choosing comfort-focused care does not mean the family has stopped loving someone. It does not mean they're doing nothing. In many ways, comfort care is active care. It focuses on easing pain, reducing distress, supporting emotional well-being, and honoring the person's goal and wishes. The goal shifts from trying to cure disease to helping someone live as comfortably and meaningfully as possible. So what does hospice nurses want families to know? One lesson I've learned in hospice is this: families rarely regret keeping someone comfortable. What they often remember most is being able to sit together, hold hands, share stories, and play favorite music and simply be present. Comfort can create a space for those precious moments. And it's okay to ask questions. If a medication is prescribed and you're unsure why your loved one needs it, ask questions. Questions like, what symptom is this treating? Or what benefits should we expect? What side effects should we watch for? When should we call hospice? Those are all excellent questions. A good hospice team wants families to understand the plan of care. Education is part of compassionate care. Morphine has been surrounded by myths for decades, but when prescribed and monitored appropriately, its purpose in hospice is to relieve suffering, not hasten the end of life. Every person deserves dignity, every family deserves honest information, and every difficult decision deserves compassionate guidance. If you're caring for someone receiving hospice services, know that you don't have to navigate these questions alone. Lean on your hospice nurse and hospice team. Every question that's on your heart, that's exactly what they want to hear. Ask every question that's on your heart. That's exactly what they want, what they're here. Ask every question that's on your heart. That's exactly what we're here for. Thank you for joining me for another Hospice Wisdom Wednesday on the Medicine Path. If this video has cleared up a common myth, please consider sharing it with someone who may need this information. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What questions do you have about hospice that you've always been afraid to ask? Your questions may inspire future videos. Until next time, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, and remember that understanding brings peace.